Respected seekers, co-sadhakas, hearty gratitude to you for giving me this chance to discuss on these great shastras morning and evening. Thank God, thank you all, because of which at least little, the heart, the intellect, the eye is very little only getting opened about what exactly the life has to be lived for, what should be aimed at as the ultimate goal, and how we have to accomplish that one. In fact, now be together, you and me, by Lord's grace, Guru's grace, Shruti Mata's Krupa, our own effort as soon as possible, if we can fully get convinced about Paramatma as the goal, Adhyatmikata as the means, even our Vyavahara only as the means, not having any external goal. If that clarity comes to us, I tell you, we will be in the same world, facing all the things as earlier, without even an iota of a distraction or disturbance or misery or bondage. All problems come because we take the world to be our Lakshya. And worse than worse is what? The Jagat is Lakshya and Bhagavan is Marga. This is the samsari's way of living. A sadhaka's way is the Jagat is Marga and Bhagavan is Lakshya. So maybe we, through our regular study, get into that groove and mood of knowing truth alone as the goal. For that, whatever sadhana required, let us be empowered in the information. Let that information become a confirmation, conviction. Every moment may we engage in that sadhana. Oh Lord, you know, with these prayers we are extending with a very superficial heart, because that is what the state of maturity or immaturity we have. It is your grace alone, O Lord, again, should make our these sankalpas prayers so deep from the heart that you yourself should become helpless, but to bless us for that sadhana and siddhi. So, in this way, let us remember Lord, like every day, today also, the four classes we have to begin with is our chantings and Bhagavatam Dashamaskandha, then Dvadashaskandha chanting in class, then we'll have Adhyatmika Ramayanam, we'll conclude that Vasta Sarga today, Kishkindha Kandam. So too, lastly, we have Lalita Trishati. If possible, we'll do the whole thing. Let us start with all fervor, with all the devotion, with all concentration, with that subtle enthusiasm, with gratitude to Lord for giving us this opportunity. And then let there be tadapa or tapana inside, that may we deeply understand every aspect of our Shastra which we are studying. Thank you. Om. 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 Om Sahanavavatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sachidanandarupaya Vishwotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayan Namaha. Nigamakalpatarorgalitam phalam Shukamukhadamritadrava samyutam Pivata Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha Narayanan Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayeta. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Yom Tah Pravishya Mama Vachamimam Prasuptam Sanjeevayatya Shakti Swadhamna Anyansha Hastacharana Shravana Tvagadina Pranan Namo Bhagavate Purushaya Tubhyam Samasta Devatabhyo Rishibhyo Munibhyo Gurubhyo Namaha. हम ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदी नदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः. परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रुतिमात्रे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः. श्री महाविष्णवे श्री ब्रह्मणे श्री सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूत महामुनिये शौनकादृशिभ्यो वैशम्पायनादि त्रयादृशिभ्यो मत्स्यादेवतारेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। श्री दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री आदि पराशक्तिमात्रे नमो नमः। श्री आद्य शंकराचार्य आदिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। संकल्पः सर्वेषां तेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव सिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भगवद्भागवत दर्शन अनुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक संस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं तत्कृते कंकणबद्ध समस्त साधक भक्त सेवकोपासकानां समस्त शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा शक्ति संपदा सानुकूल्यतानाम् अवाप्ति द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन दिव्य कार्ये दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं च श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य दशमस्कन्धस्य द्वादशस्कन्धस्यापि पारायणमध्येन वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ दशमस्कन्धः। Friends, we are in this delightful topic. Bhagavan Krishna has sent Uddhavji as the messenger to Gopikas. Then he has seen their beautiful love in the beginning itself. Then, as given by the Lord, he gave the Tattvajnana message, which is so very well received by them. Jnatva Atmanam Adhokshajam. They discovered the Lord to be their own self. Then they continued their expression of their devotion, love to the Lord. Then, listening to all that, Uddhavji was so excited, delighted. His last sweet words of praise, respect, reverence, salutations to Gopikas he expresses. After that, he takes leave from Nandadi. Then he comes back to Mathura and report to Bhagavan Krishna. So that particular 4 or 6 shlokas and then last 6 shlokas we have to do. 6 shlokas we have done, but we will do the Parayana because it is so beautiful. Then the last 6 shlokas of this chapter, if we can understand today, from tomorrow we can start. Uddhavji is sent by Krishna to even Hastinapuram. What happens there, that also we'll see. In this way, every day, कृष्ण कथा के द्वारा कृष्ण के प्रति भक्ति को भी बढ़ाते हुए, आस्था को बढ़ाते हुए, साथ साथ में हमें भक्ति ज्ञान के विषयों का भी समझने का यहाँ अवकाश मौका मिल रहा है. Let us chant from verse number 57 up to 69. These 13 mantras. Let us chant. Om Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम दशमस्कन्धः पूर्वार्धः अथ सप्तचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः. श्रीशुक उवाच. ओम दृष्ट्वैवमादिगोपीनां कृष्णावेशात्मविक्लवम् उद्धवः परमप्रीतः नमस्यन्निदञ्जगौ एताः परं तनुभृतो भुवि गोपवध्वो गोविन्द एव निखिलात्मनि रूढभावाः वाञ्छन्ति यत् भवभियो मुनयो वयं च किं ब्रह्मजन्मभिरनन्त कथारसस्य क्वेमाः स्त्रियो वनचरीर्व्यभिचार दुष्टाः कृष्णे क्वचैष परमात्मनि रूढभावः ननु ईश्वरोऽनुभजतो विदुषोऽपि साक्षात् श्रेयस्तनोत्यगदराज इवोपयुक्तः नायं श्रियोऽङ्ग उनितान्तरतेः प्रसादः स्वर्योषितां नलिनगन्धरुचां कुतोऽन्याः रासोत्सवेस्य भुजदण्डगृहीत कण्ठ लब्धाशिषां य उदगात् व्रजवल्लवीनाम् आसामहो चरणरेणुजुषाम् अहं स्याम वृन्दावने किमपि गुल्मलतौषधीनां या दुस्त्यजं स्वजनम् आर्यपथं च हित्वा भेजुर्मुकुन्दपदवीं श्रुतिभिर्विमृग्यां या वै श्रियार्चितमजादिभिराप्तकामैः योगेश्वरैरपि यदात्मनि रासगोष्ठ्यां कृष्णस्य तत् भगवतश्चरणारविन्दं न्यस्तं स्तनेषु विजहुः परिरभ्यतापं वन्दे नन्दव्रजस्त्रीणां पादरेणुमभीक्ष्णशः यासां हरिकथोद्गीतं पुनातिभुवनत्रयं. श्रीशुक उवाच. अथ गोपीरनुज्ञाप्य यशोदां नन्दमेव च गोपान् आमन्त्र्य दाशार्हः यास्यन्नारुरुहे रथौ तं निर्गतं समासाद्य नानोपायनपाणयः नन्दादयोऽनुरागेण प्रावोचन् अश्रुलोचनाः मनसो वृत्तयो नः स्युः कृष्णपादाम्बुजाश्रयाः वाचो विधायिनीर्नाम्नां कायस्तत् प्रह्वणादिषु कर्मभिर्भ्राम्यमाणानां यत्र क्वापीश्वरेच्छया मङ्गलाचरितैर्दानैः रतिर्नः कृष्ण ईश्वरे एवं सभाजितो गोपैः कृष्णभक्त्या नराधिपा उद्धवः पुनरागच्छत् मथुरां कृष्णपालितां कृष्णाय प्रणिपत्याः भक्त्युद्रेकं व्रजौकसां वसुदेवाय रामाय राज्ञे चोपायनानि अदात्। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां दशमस्कन्धे पूर्वार्धे उद्धव प्रतियानन् नाम सप्तचत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Friends, let us salute Parabrahma, Shrutimata, all Bhagavatacharyas, Rishimuni Guru Devata, and also our own Gurus. Diksha Dive Guru, Shiksha Dive Guru, to everybody's feet we salute. To all Bhagavata Acharyas, Bhagavata Avataras, Bhagavata Bhaktas, Bhagavata Gurus, ityadi. Now, the story of the Gopikas, okay, is indicator of sadhana to us. Story of the Gopikas is an inspiration to take an initiative. Story of Gopikas is an example to tell that we can also achieve. It's an information as to what to do and what to achieve. It's an inspiration also that if they can do, why can't we? That inspiration you have to develop. And then what is said outside through the words and with dictionary meaning, and what is deeply hidden in the hearts of the Gopikas while they were with Krishna or even now is comprehended by only those who have purified their hearts with Krishna Bhakti of Navada type for many, many lives. You and I only can see the dictionary meaning and superficial meanings. That's not our capacity right now. As we grow in our depths of various sadhanas, we also get those abilities to understand the deeper connotations through every shloka and every katha. Okay. Now, if we just revise for 5-10 minutes, ki drishtva evamadi gopinam Krishna veshatma viklavam. So their entire personality is submerged only in Krishna. This is the ultimate goal. So by saying so, the goal is indicated to us. Uddhava Paramapritaha Ta Navasyan Idam Jagau. The proof that not only they are established in Krishna, their own personality, but also that is the highest thing one can achieve. The proof for that is to those Gopikas, the rustic women of those Vrindavana or that Vrajabhumi, Uddhavji himself is doing namaskar. If Uddhavji is namaskar kar rahe hain, it is not out of any obligation or any sentiments, na? He must have recognized the glorious state of being there in, and he knows that that state is not ordinary. That's why in the coming slokas, he is explaining the glory of those gopikas. What is said here in the next sloka? Eta param tanubhrata bhuvi gopavadvaha. What is highest that can be achieved as a human being is being achieved and shown to us by these gopikas. And what it is? Govinde eva nikila atmani rudha bhava. In that Paramatma, Krishna, who is Nikila Atma, in that they have Rudha Bhava, very deep. An example of that, as I gave you, that boy and girl, when they fall in love, they refuse to listen to the parents or society or the well-wishers. ये कुछ भी हो जाए बस हम उनके साथ शादी करेंगे, अगर आप परमिट नहीं करोगे हम भाग जाएंगे, नहीं तो we will commit suicide. Now, this funniest wrong example I am giving to convey the right point with the clarity that you have vision to understand. So those stupid fellows, for whatever nonsensical reason, they have that ruda bhava, and that is very rude in English also. Then they don't listen to anyone. So that fanatic nonsense, non-thinking, negative thing of chhod do, so their deep concern how they have for that, Gopikas have that ruda bhava for the Bhagavan Krishna. So to explain the meaning of the ruda bhava, that example we have taken. So Govindeva Niklatmani Rudabha. So what is glory about that thing? Hare Baba, Idi Sannyasi log kaho, Muni log kaho, Bhakt log kaho, every one of them are struggling by giving up everything, struggling on sitting on sit meditation, struggling by going to Tirtha Yatra, struggling by doing the japa in the lakhs and number, struggling in doing so many of upasana, bhajana, kirtana, and still they are not able to achieve because the powerful mind and powerful maya is pulling them. And what they're all doing all this for? Only to establish in the rude bhakti to Krishna, but they are not able to achieve. The still years, lives they are spending, but in one life only in few years of a company with the Krishna Bhagavan, they have established in it. Now tell me, is not that great thing then achieved by the Gopikas, which even others also have not achieved? देखो देखो, सन्यासी लोग, मुनि लोग, योगी लोग, हम जैसे भक्त लोग भगवान के चरण में जो रूढ़ भक्ति भाव चाहते हैं ना, वो हमको भी नहीं मिल रहा है, उनको मिल गया. Our minds are still fluttering, they are extroverted, they go to things, they go to being, they go to the bhoga. इतने जगह पे है, इनको तो सब कृष्ण ही है, रूढ़ भाव हो गया. What a beautiful thing, even to listen that you have to have a heart. And if the heart is little at least purified, you will see that feeling the joy. कितना मजेदार स्थिति है. And these yogis, munis, intellectually they are convinced it's only in the devotion of the Lord that we get freed from all the bondage. But they're struggling, they're not able to do. Because the mind, the maya. ये गोपिकालों का क्या बात है, पता ही नहीं कि हो गया उनका रूढ़ भाव भगवान में. Even we are desiring and we are struggling. देखो, भगवान में भक्ति चाहिए करके ऐसा डिजायर आना ही मन में, पुण्य ऑफ मेनी लाइफ्स. After that, you do lot of lives as sadhana, then it may happen, like the example of all these people. But to these gopikas, it has been achieved. That means what? In those few months, what he stayed there, he was going on observing them, seeing every one of them, unswerving, unconditional, total devotion and surrender to Krishna Paramatma. That is the thing in this sloka. Lot more can be discussed. We have touched upon these last 2-3 days. Therefore, I'm only telling the literal meaning of these slokas. Now the next one, Kvema striyo vanacharir vyavichara dushtaha krishne kvachaisha paramatmani rudha bhavaha. So in these two lines, what is said therefore is, if we really are committed like Gopikas, whatever may be our background, whatever may be the educational situation or position of us, financial position, whether we are in the rustic villages or forests or we are in the hi-fi towns, wherever we are, if we can mean business and can try to become devotee, we can become that. The Gopikas are an example. तो भगवान के भक्त बनने के लिए प्रेम चाहिए, हृदय में प्रयास चाहिए. All other qualifications, whether they are there or not, doesn't matter. So for you and I, yes, yoga darshanam you may not be able to do. Karma yoga वो body झुकता नहीं है. Then Vedanta vichara हम ब्रह्मा से हो ही नहीं सकता. But this bhakti sadhana, prema sadhana, as Gopikas have done for Krishna, is doable by anyone, everyone, irrespective of whatever your financial position in the society, your education system, your beauty or your ugliness. Where do you stay? Even you can stay in jungle, but you can have it. मतलब ये श्लोक में क्या बता रहे हैं? भगवत भक्ति के लिए भक्ति ही चाहिए, आपको दूसरे कोई विलक्षण क्वालिफिकेशन होने की जरूरत नहीं है. And with the way surprise, not many paraphernalias, not कोई हंगामा, yet what an amount of tremendous ananya bhava, ruda bhava of them in Krishna. बोलो कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण, एनी टाइम कृष्ण कथा, कृष्ण गान, कृष्ण रूप, कृष्ण गुण, कृष्ण लीला, कृष्णात् परम किमपि तत्त्वम् अहं न जाने. In that type of ecstasy only, each one competing and telling उद्धव जी मैं बताऊंगी कृष्ण के बारे में, ये है वो है. और ये बोलती है तो दूसरी ठोकती है, वो ऐसा नहीं ऐसा है, वो बोलते ना वो तब था ये ऐसा था. So they are competing as if fighting to talk about Krishna, listen about Krishna. What it is mad. When will that stage come to us? When will that our mind is soaked in full devotion to that Ishtadeva, Krishna or Paramatma? When will we come out of all self-created commotions of worldliness? That we can do sadhana or not, I tell you, keep on praying, not only to the Lord, give us that state of being, pray to Gopikas from now onwards. Om Sri Gopika Charanabhyam Namo Namaha. ऐसा करते जाऊं गोपिकाओं का कुछ न किसी दिन बस उनके चरण की धूली, लाइक उद्धव जी से, हमारे ऊपर भी पड़ेगा। शायद हमारा जो हृदय का दुर्विकार सब चला जाकर उन्हीं की तरह, और एटलीस्ट a drop of ocean like that, we may also become devotees to the Lord. Okay, now here one point is Ishwarah anubhajatah avidishobi sakshat shreyah tanoti. Okay, never ever Bhagwan sees what the background. If you are serving him continuously, having love for him, devotion for him, he will give shreyasu. Just like medicine doesn't see the caste, creed, color, gender, religion, financial position of the patient too. Whoever it is administered to, it goes curing him. In the same way, Bhagavad Bhakti purifies everyone. Bhagavan doesn't see what's the background. He is only asking one question: are you my unconditional pure devotee? Yes, sir. Take this Shreyas. You are blessed. You are liberated. You are taken out of the clutches of the Maya or the mind or the worldliness, etc. You will see everywhere me. You sing my glories. You just serve me, serving the world. This is how Bhagavan gives Shreyaha. Like the medicine gives treatment to anyone whomever it is administered to. तो भक्ति रूपी औषधि किसी भी तरह का जो भक्त है, साधक है, उन सबको भी मोक्ष रूप, श्रेयस रूप फल देता है. So Bhagavan has no biasness. Like in the world, there is a lot of biasness. Nationality, continental, state wise, language wise. In India, तो thousands of castes and creeds. कितने भेदभाव होते हैं. भगवान में कोई भेदभाव नहीं. आर यू भक्त? यप, देन यू आर ब्लेस्ड. So this is a good thing. The earlier one, in this very sloka, the first part, that whatever they are gopikas, they could become bhakta. Therefore, we need not worry about what we are inside or outside. Just start doing bhakti, you also become great. Point one is from Gopika's standpoint. From Krishna's standpoint, such bhakta, whoever may be without seeing the background, Bhagavan gives Shreyas. We have already seen Bhagavan given Shreyas to the Putana also, he has given to Kamsa also, Shishupal. अरे हर एक को भगवान मुक्ति देते जा रहे, because they are bhaktas, directly or indirectly. This is what is an inspiration to us. The next one we have seen what? Ki this blessedness prasada which Gopikas got from Krishna, neither Lakshmi Devi nor the Sura Kanyas also get. What is that? On the Rasotsava Krida, Bhagavan has put his hand on them. Is it not putting hand on their shoulder? Is all relations it is valid. Father puts on the neck of his son. Friends, they do it. Guru also sometimes, Shishya should not do. Guru will put the hand and take him closer and say, oh my dear, Priya Darshana, Saumya, this is what Vedanta Vichara. So here, Bhagavan Krishna put his hands on their neck and then embraced that blessings even Lakshmi Devi did not get, nor any of the Devaloka Kanya. So that was the meaning. So this all is glorifying all the three Gopikas, their bhakti, Krishna Anugraha. So we should take the example of Gopikas and keep on becoming Ananya Bhakta. So, okay, what is their glorious bhakti is said to us in 61 sloka. Exhaustively, I'm only summarizing now. He says, Uddhav ji is such a बाप रे, हमको तो कोई शब्द आते नहीं उनके बारे बोलने को. He says, let me be the receiver of the dust of the feet of Gopika. For that, let me become any gulma, any lata, any aushadhi, any blade of grass also. In the Vrindavana, where they are moving, their Charana Renu falls on me. Oh, देखो क्या बढ़िया है ना? How much humbleness Uddhavji has, and how much glorious must be the devotion of the Gopikas, and how deeply Uddhavji must have analyzed it, that he has no hesitation in saying that I am ready to, or I am wanting the dust of the feet of Gopikas. And what it is? Reason carefully. Dustyajam swajanam aryapatam chaitva. So these are the two things which are very difficult to be given up. Swajanam, our own near and dear ones, relatives and friends, so much of attachment with them, so much of sukha, ananda we get from them. How anybody can live, and kitne janmon se ho raha hai, aur is janam mein because of that relativity, so much of security, service, prema, everything coming to us. ऐसे राग को, ऐसे प्रेम को छोड़ना कितना मुश्किल है. One thing is that. Not only that, second is Aryapatham Chahitva. They said we will break all barriers. Nothing can come in front of us. Nothing can obstruct us when it comes to our question to our devotion to Lord Krishna. Question about devotion. So what is said at the Charama Shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. The best examples are these Gopikas. And flabbergasted also, overwhelmed also, delighted also, excited also is our Uddhavji. He says, no other thing I want. Just in a lata or a gulma or a pushpa or a patra, blade of grass, somewhere I'll be there. Even in that waters, like a small flower, kuch bhi banne do, these Gopikas should move there, their feet dust should fall on me. That is Dhanyata. Now, when these expressions come, no, आपके चरण धूलि में सर में देता हूँ. एक तो उस चरण धूलि में ऐसा शक्ति होता भी है. Secondly is what? Take it that the devotion of them is acknowledged by this person so much that he is respecting that state of their being. He is also seeking that. So to explain that, these things are said. Again, I am repeating, the Charana Dhuli definitely becomes divine because the bhaktas have touched it. That direct meaning never goes away, it always is valid and accepted. Other than that is what? He is acknowledging their glorious devotion in his heart. इसलिए कह रहे हैं चरण धूलि की बात हो. Then what is it next one? कि भेजुर मुकुंद पदनवीम सुधीर मृग्याम. So giving up the Swajana, giving up the Arya Dharma, they were always in search of Bhagavan, in service of Bhagavan, in love of Bhagavan. So Shrutibir Vimrugyam means what? Even the Shruti Smriti also fail to totally dedicate to Bhagavan as if these people are not like that. Shrutibir Vimrugyam hai, lekin inke katha mein Mukunda Padavim Bheju. So Mukunda Padavim Bheju means Padavi means Pada, Marga. Bheju means searching. They're always in the searching or walking of Krishna Marga only, Krishna Bhakti Marga only. उनको दूसरी बात सूझता ही नहीं, बस ये गोपिकाएं हैं. And only one Krishna Vritti is there in them, in that extra, overpowering, overwhelming effect of Krishna Vritti. That Krishna Vritti, like, in that ocean, a huge whale or seal, how it goes on consuming all small little fishes, etc. Aap dekho, Animal Planet again. So too, this one Krishna Bhakti Vritti has consumed all other Vrittis of Gopikas. In fact, they are always in Krishna Vritti Nirodha Samadhi. Krishna Vritti is there, all other Vrittis are Niruddha. Now, from this, Hamesha yaad rakhna baat. Not only this is the highest state to be achieved, but the opposite of that we have to know that we need not have the Vrittis of the world. In fact, they are obstruction for Bhakti, they are obstruction for Bhagavad Kripa, they are obstruction for the Mukti. Not only that, they only give a picture of only bondage and dukkha to us. That day when we, through these examples, realize these things and delicately, slowly, consciously, cautiously, with all our intelligent efforts, shift our attention from the worldly to the spiritual, we are the luckiest ones. This is what is the essence of this shloka. Therefore, Uddhavji says, better I am there, Lata Gulma Ityadi, than I will be touched by the dust of the feet of the great, great Gopikas. Now, in this way, again and again, when we listen such stories, again and again, when we contemplate, whenever feel, then only Baba, a heart like our heart, which has become so much worldly because of things and beings around from millions of lives, that starts getting melted, and into that, slowly the mold of bhakti starts happening. चाहिए कि नहीं वो वाला? ऐसे फंसे रहे, ऐसे धसे रहे, या हमको इस फसाव से बाहर आना? अब देखो, it's not a general topic that everybody should speak out. Everyone particularly should think for himself in that calm, cool mind. Again, that exercise or that possibility where we have gone to a secluded place for half an hour, 1 hour, closed our eyes, and in ourselves observed what is happening in our everyday schedule, where our mind is running, where our senses are going, where our body is getting stagnant, what the Buddha is thinking, is all that worthwhile, what is worthwhile, and in the inquiry, when we really slowly start understanding and appreciating that all these faculties have to be used only to develop devotion to Lord Krishna, you made the day. And when that is practically done, you have made your life. रुको, आंख बंद करो, झांको अंदर, देखो हो क्या रहा हर दिन हमारे इर्द गिर्द और हमारे द्वारा. क्या ये वर्दी है? इससे बड़े कुछ कर सकते हैं? As a human being, as a Sanatana Dharmi, as a Hindu, as being blessed by such a great Rishi Muni Guru Devata Parampara, as the one having so many opportunities, so many abilities, so many talents, are we not wasting all of them in small little petty paltry things of the world? When will we understand this? When will we shift our attention from the worldly to the spiritual? That's the beauty of life. Even Ravanasura also, in the Shivatanda Stotram, ultimately he says this to only. इतना स्तोत्र करके चिकित्सा आखिर में लिखते हैं, इतना मैं भटक रहा हूँ तीनों लोकों में, सबसे लड़ने का, सबको डराने का, सबको मारने का, एक काहे का अनवर्दी लाइफ है. ही सेज शिवेति मंत्रमुच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम, शिवेति मंत्रमुच्चरन् कदा सुखी भवाम्यहम. When will I become peaceful, happy, delighted within myself, discovering Shiva and doing that Shivanama Smarana? Please remember this. Nobody can help us in the world. Worldly people are in their own variety of self-created meshes. They are caught up. Only the gurus, only our shastras, only our satsangas can slowly induce into this most vital energies, vital inspirations, vital empowerments of the spiritual guidance and spiritual direction. Take that help. So this is what Uddhavji says. Let me become Lata Gulma Ityadi, receive the dust particle of the Gopikas Charana. Then the last one he says, that feet of Lord, which even Lakshmi Devi serves, even Brahmadeva serves, all the Brahmajnanis serve, even Yogeshwaras also do, all that feet of Lord Krishna in that Utsava, these Gopikas have got the blessedness of keeping those feet in their own hearts. And with that, whatever this tapa they had, they have transcended. Now, this is very subjective, very intricate, very subtle point. देखो, there is krodha tapa, there is kama tapa, there is a lobha tapa. These are all tapa. Tapa means tapanam. Tapanam is scorching. Tapanam is restlessness. Yeah, I want that, I want that, I want that. But inka tapa kya tha? Very deep it is. That finitude, that finitude experienced by us always creates that tapa. Okay? The restlessness, the dukkha. Now, this finitude either should dissolve in the God or discover oneself with the God. So इनका क्या हुआ, अपना एकता, अपना अपनापन जो होता है ना, अलगपना, उन्होंने उसको भगवान में लय कर दिया. धन न रहेगा बास, न बजेगी बांसुरी. Now, there are two ways. I reject my Panchakoshas and I say I'm the Brahman, pervading the entire universe. From me are these cosmoses are coming every moment, millions in number, staying and dissolving. That is one way of seeing it. Other way is what? That tiny, petty, paltry, small little ego, which is becoming stronger just because of Panchakoshas. This is taken up and dropped in the ocean of Paramatma. That salt doll merging in the ocean. उसका नाम नहीं, निशाना नहीं, समुद्र के साथ एक होया. So what we are trying to say here, they have given up or lost that tapa. Having embraced Krishna or putting his feet in their chest means what? That sense of limitation gone away. Either they became infinite also, or they went into oblivion, that through them only Krishna started expressing even for their own selves. Just imagine a very, very hypothetical, impossible example I am telling you. You are standing in front of the mirror, and in the mirror, the reflection that is coming is of Lord Krishna. Mano. ये ताज्जुब की बात है, ये तो बताने की बात होती है, हकीकत में नहीं होता. But imagine hypothetically, you are standing in front of mirror. Instead of your reflection, you are seeing reflection of Krishna. Gopikas are at that stage. Then who can explain this state of total merger in Lord? That is the meaning of Parirabhya Tapam. So what is that? Parirabhya Tapam? All the tapa of limitation, tapa of separation from the Lord, tapa of bondage with upadhis, and desha, kala, vastu, vyakti, persecutions of all sorts, they just have transcended with that one touch of Lord's feet. देखो, ये सब बातें ना कोई कैलकुलेशन नहीं होता इनका, किसी मेजरमेंट में नहीं बता सकते हैं. इसलिए सो जानत जय जय जनाई, भगवान जिनके ऊपर कृपा करते हैं वही इस चीज को अनुभव के रूप में पाते हैं. ऑल द रेस्ट इज ओनली वोकल वर्ड्स, इंटेलेक्चुअल कॉन्सेप्ट्स. May we transcend words and concepts, enter through the heart into those states of experience as soon as possible. Now, seeing all that and much, much more, Krishna had to say, Uddhava has to say, but then he concludes, we have to go back and report to Bhagavan also. He does that ultimate shloka which we chanted yesterday 11 times. So, please, today also, let us chant it 3 times. And the meaning of that is so sublime, so beautiful, so nectarine, so divine. that Uddhavji does pranams to the feet of the Gopikas again and again, again and again, again and again. Let us chant it 3 times. Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenumabhikshnasyah Yasam Harikathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenumabhikshnasyah Yasam Harikathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenumabhikshnasyah Yasam Harikathodgitam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. In the recently studied so many chapters and all, there are some exemplary topics came, beautiful shlokas also came. This will be the top 5 may we can consider. The shloka uttered by Uddhavji, and it has got deep consequence in that, purpose in that shloka mentioning. Literal meaning we all know, but deeply you have to feel that. What he says, one day I am saluting. What are you saluting? One day Nanda Vrajastrinam Padarenum, the dust of the feet of the Vrajastris. How many times you are doing Abhikshnashaha, Abhikshnashaha. Why do you do so? Second line is the one who gives the reasoning. Ki Yasam Harikatha Udgitam Bhunati Bhunatrayam. Means what? Their Gana, so their relation with Krishna, their total surrender to Krishna, their bhakti to Krishna. More than that, कृष्ण वॉज मोर फॉन्ड ऑफ देम, इतना फॉन्ड ऑफ कि वो पैदा होते अपने माँ बाप को छोड़कर भाग कर आ गए इनके पास. In the whole world, Krishna could have asked Vasudevji to hide him anywhere. Why did he say, take me to the Nanda Gokula? He doesn't want to be with his mother, father only. How much he must be fond of that Gopikas that he ran coming there. भगवान तो बिना होश का तो नहीं किया ना. उन्हें पूछा था उन्होंने वसुदेव जी को कि टेक मी टू नंद बाबा एंड पुट देयर. तो नंद बाबा ने जैसा कहा वह कर दिए. नंद नहीं, वसुदेव जी. Vasudev ji is done what is said, but Vasudev ji never asked, and Nanda was also asked. Let us ask first time, out of so many places in the world, why Krishna asked Vasudev ji, take him to Nanda. See, important. The two things are not only that, Gopikas or the Gokula Vasins are so much good and great and beloved to Krishna. They to half percent. More than that, seeing their quality, glory, Krishna is fond of wanting to stay with them. उनको वहां रहने का. ये दो जगह याद रखो. भगवान कृष्ण, एक तो वृंदावन, सेकंड इज पांडवास. जब कभी मौका मिले भाग भाग कर वहां जाकर महीनों महीनों वहां बीत कर आते थे, बिता कर आते थे. Why is that? He is also pulled. Bhagavan says in many of the devotional literatures, कि I am pulled by the bhaktas also. People ask me, so many people are doing dhyana of you. You are also sitting for dhyanam. Whose meditation you are doing? Bhagavan says, मैं मेरे भक्तों का ध्यान करता हूँ. No, these are all little subtle things. When we listen and get inspired and start becoming devotees, then only हमारा दिल हल्का हो जाता है, हमारा जीवन थोड़ा रोशन वाला हो जाता है, हमारे जीवन से सारे दुख दर्द गड़बड़ कम होते रहते हैं. Should we not evolve to this level? Should we continue to be in that small level of animalistic life, both in terms of indulgences, also in terms of mutual quarrels? It doesn't give any dignity to us. If we are human, if you think we are matured, this is what the new lifestyle we have to adopt. So, Vande Nandavrajastrinam Padarenu Abhikshnashah Yasam Harikatha Udgitam Punati Bhunatrayam. Means what? Their stories with Lord Krishna sung in all the three worlds by all the beings, and they get purified. And how much or the highest level of devotion they are in. The moment they look at the bhakti of Gopikas, they know that they are a step lower only than them. That's why I told you in Narada Bhakti Sutra, Naraji himself is the guru of so many grand bhaktas, himself is a blessed devotee from birth of Lord. Yet when he has to give the example of a devotee, Yatha Vraja Gopikanam, he gives the example of Gopikas only to be exemplary devotees. दैट्स वाई उद्धव जी भी महाभक्त है, लेकिन कहते मैं तो उनके चरण धूलि को प्रणाम करने लायक भी नहीं मानता अपने आप को, फिर भी मांगता हूं कि मैं हैव द एबिलिटी टू और रिजर्व एबिलिटी टू डू प्रणाम्स टू देयर पादरेणु. एंड आई टेल यू, these are all jadoo, these are all miracles. World is run by mystic miracles only. It is all very sublime. In this mood of at highest Respect, reverence to such great devotees like Naradjis or Prahladas and Gopikas we have in the heart. And just if we can extend our prayer to the extent that it reaches them and touches. You remember, याद हो जाता है वो लोग भगवान से हमारे लिए रेकमेंड प्रार्थना करे से पहले ही भगवान उनके दिल के बात को समझ कर ना हमारे ऊपर कृपा करते. This is a very subtle thing I shared. If you catch it or not. So I am remembering Narada, I am remembering Uddhava, I am remembering Prahlada, I am remembering Gopikas. So much I am remembering that they are becoming aware that I am remembering. And they just to want to bless me कि इनको भी थोड़ा भक्ति का आनंद मिल जाए. The moment they even think already that their sankalpa is fulfilled for me because the Lord is a dasa, servant to their sankalpas. डायरेक्टली भगवान को मांगो पोस्टपोन करते जाते हैं. ही विल ओनली आस्क कितना पुण्य किया, कितना पाप किया, कितना प्रारब्ध है, कितना ऋण है इसका, ये सब चुकता करेगा आ जाओ तब देखेंगे. But then if the Lord recognizes that we have found place in the thought, in the memory of any of these devotees, through our pranams, prayers to them, Bhagavan takes our case in priority list. It becomes urgent file. We are taken care. That is why in and through all our spiritual literature, we are told by the Lord only, as much you are devoted to me, so much you must be devoted to my own devotees. यस्य देवे परा भक्ति यथा देवे तथा गुरौ तस्य देवगताह्यर्थाः prakashante mahatmanah. Umpteen number of times in each of the topics we have seen. Now I don't remember all those shlokas. Where again and again it is said कि जितना भक्त भगवान से करते हो उतना उनके भक्तों के लिए भी करोगे तो उनके अनुग्रह से भगवान और तुरंत मिल जाते हैं. So that's why Uddhavji knows the technique and he has shared that with us. You go and do pranam to the dust of the Gopikas Charana. That makes the Gopikas become aware of us. Even they say, hey Bhagavan, somebody in that Bhagavad Katha want to have devotion. Before their thought also is completed, Bhagavan says, I have understood what is in the heart. He blesses us. ऐसा महान महिमा होता है. Because Bhagavan is a servant to all his great devotees like this type. So therefore, that is why sometimes we directly are in contact with the Lord through our upasanas. But the Lord is managing the whole universe. He may or may not have time for us. Instead of that, we go and catch hold of the feet of our Mahatmas, Gurus, Bhaktas. उनके कृपा से भगवान का वो लोग जब रिकमेंड करते हैं ना भगवान को हमारे लिए हमारा केस का तुरंत हो जाता है. That's why this shloka can be chanted at least once in a week or whenever you have time. Vande Nandavraja Strinam Padarenum Abhikshnashaha Yasam Harikathodgidam Punati Bhuvanatrayam Punati Bhuvanatrayam Punati Bhuvanatrayam. So anybody in any corner of the world are purified and become devotee when they revel in the katha of the bhakti of Gopikas to Krishna. So to that feet of them I salute. In this way, Sri Uddhavji's few months of stay in Vrindavan was full of that fulfillment. 3 महीने होते या 4 महीने जितने भी थे. Katichen Masan he said, how many it is not said. Maybe minimum 2, 3, 4 months. So it was a fulfillment. In the same way, now we have to once in a month, 1 or 2 days, or 15 days in 6 months, a month in a year, go out of this wretched routine of meaninglessness and be at the feet of the bhaktas. Or yourself take such Bhagavatadi and revel in every shloka, every of the mantra. Ek skanda le lo, dashava skanda. Even not hold the skanda. Krishna Leela, Bala Leela. Till Bhagavan Krishna goes to Mathura, we want to study those stories. Uttara kar lo, janma dhanya hota hai. Without that, then Maya will not go away, mind will not come under our control, will not have any type of vulnerability, stability to withstand the onslaughts of the world, especially the Kali Yuga. बार बार हम 12वें स्कंद में वही तो पढ़ रहे हैं. अदर देन भगवत भक्ति कीर्तना क्या है हमको बचाने वाला. So may this inspire us, may this truly inspire us, may we stick up to this truth. Like in the morning also same text is happening. Upanishad में असन्नेव स भवति असत् ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेत वेद संतमेनं ततो विदुरिति. Let us not have doubt about the Nirguna Brahma's existence as well as Saguna Ishvara Narayana's existence. So may we not be misled, misguided by our own extroverted mind, nor we misguided by the anybody around. Let us believe both of them. Let us understand what sadhana has to be done. Having done so, let us leave it to the Lord in His own time. He will just do that clicking of the button. The moment Bhagavan clicks that button, in a flash of the moment, that happens. That we discussed 7-8 days back. If you remember, जो होना है वो हो जाता है, और होने के बाद हो गए रे बाबा ऐसा महसूस हो जाता है. और ये हो जो होना है, ये ऐसी होनी अनहोनी है, ये किसी को बता भी नहीं सकते. And that is why in Upanishad we see ha ho ha ho ha ho. See, that samagana comes. In other place it is said as mukasvadanavat. Some other place like a mad crack, he starts dancing in that bliss. जब जो होना था वो हो जाता है. That moment when the Lord blesses us, beginning of creation. May we be inspired by these shlokas, inspired by the themes, inspired of this spirituality, and fulfill our lives. चलते बढ़ो, आगे बढ़ते रहो इसी मार्ग में. भगवान हम सबके ऊपर कृपा करना. नाउ कम्स these 6 श्लोकास आई टेल यू. इसमें भी एक आध बात इतने मजेदार है. थोड़ा आज देखेंगे, कल थोड़ा देख कर we'll enter into 48 also. श्री शुक उवाच. What happened thereafter? अथ मंगलवाचकम गोपी अनुज्ञाप्य. So having taken permission from gopikas, all of them, Nanda जो भी थे वहां, अनुज्ञाप्य. Then यशोदा अनुज्ञाप्य, went to Mata Yashoda. Uddhavji, Nandameva Anugnapya, he went to Nanda Baba also. Then he took a permission from them also to leave that Vrindavana, going back to Mathura to report to Krishna. Then Gopana Amantriya. See, specifically here Shukadevji is mentioning this means what? Uddhavji not only never missed his duty of taking send off from all of them, more than that, he was delighted in his company with every one of them, that from his own heart he himself wanted to meet everyone and thank them for those golden days given. तो गोपियों के पास गए, नंद बाबा के पास गए, यशोदा माता के पास गए, and all the gopas. Every one of them are soaked in devotion only. And each one of them must have given to Uddhavji those experiences which must be sufficient for him for inspiration and contemplation throughout the life. Therefore, to everyone he went, not only out of courtesy, not only out of respect, not only out of dignity or this duty. Now, all that he came with, but now they are not the mean, they have become secondary. Now, primary is their glory is understood by him. Then he felt so humble that he doesn't want to live actually, but there's no way. Krishna must be waiting there. He'll have to go and report. Therefore, he'll have to go. Then taking their due permission. And these are all words. No, what words he must have spoken to them, how they might have hugged him. ये सारा ये शब्द में लिखते जाए, भागवत इतना लंबा चौड़ा हो जाएगा. So this is where we have to take such episodes, spend 5-10 minutes, and yourself become Vrindavana. You yourself become the Uddhavji. You yourself become all these Nanda Baba, Yashoda, Gopas, Gopikas, and you can dramatize in your mind how they must have met all of them and said, thank you for all these great days given. They also must have said, thanks for bringing Lord Krishna's message. And again, so many len then, कि फिर से अब आइएगा, आप भी आ जाइएगा. So this is what is meditation. This is how we create the aklishta vrittis in us, in the flow of which the klishta vrittis go away. This is one thing. So, atha gopihi anugnapya, yashodam anugnapya, nandameva anugnapya, then gopana amantriya. After also taking permission, all the gopas, dasharhaha. That dasharhaha belonging to that Vamsha, our great, grand, glorious Uddhavji, Ayasyan, on the time of movement, Aruruhe Rathamma, he just boarded that chariot. अब ये वाला भी देखो गोपिकाओं को ना, what to say people, when we are at the emotional level, no, is continuously we get the attacks and sufferings. एक तो कृष्ण भगवान तो छोड़ के गए ही, अब उद्धव जी का इतने महीने भेज दिया. He was giving such beautiful Updesha. They were getting all consolation. Now they also are going. The same feeling you can see of Mother Sita. In Tulsiram and Tulsidas writes, so beautiful it is. When Hanumanji has to go back after taking her message, वो कहते हैं एक दिन और रुको है हनुमान, नहीं तो तुम जाओगे तो क्या, तुम एक ही थे तो आए मेरे को मिलने देने राम जी का समाचार. अब यू गो तो अगेन वही दिन वही रात ही मोह, for same nights and days to me of dukkha. But then the work is same problem for Hanumanji and Uddhavji. कि Hanumanji had to go and tell Rama. और इधर ही रह गए तो राम जी वहां दुखी हो रहे हैं ना, क्या हुआ करके. सो टू कृष्णा मस्ट भी उतावले में रहते होंगे, बेचैन बेचैन. क्या हुआ उद्धव को भेजा दिन दिन में आने को, ये तो महीनों लगा रहा है वो. उनका एक्साइटमेंट और टेंशन बढ़ रहा होगा. Uddhava being an ambassador, he had to go back and report. There also Hanumanji. Hanumanji doesn't want to go, but he has to go. She says, और कुछ दिन रहो और थोड़ा सांत्वना दो, राम जी के बारे में बोलो. चाहते हैं लेकिन हो नहीं सकता. Now these are the episodes from which you have to learn that the emotions, all of them are so beautiful, yet kartavya is important. And among all the kartavyas are the duties, the ultimate is what? To discover the absolute substratum beyond all, without which every emotion, again, how much good noble it may be, it again leaves that dukkha only in the heart. So anyway, he has taken permission from all of them. Yasyan, while moving Aruruhe Ratham, he has boarded that chariot. Then kya hua udhar? Tam nirgatam samasadhya. The moment when every one of them came to know that Uddhavji is going back, samasadhya, ki people, all the Gokul Vasins, Vrindavan Vasins came running, and Nana Upayana Panayaha, not even one without a beautiful gifts in their hands they brought. Not only for Uddhavji there. This is the dil. Prem में ना देने का ही होता है, लेने का नहीं होता. You have love, express it through giving. If you don't have love, start giving, 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 and see the glittering in the eyes of the people, the receivers, then you start loving that. तो नाना उपाय न पाणयः. देखो वो लोग तो गांव में रहते हैं, वो गए ना दूध दही बेचकर जीते हैं. क्या होगा उनके पास? They will not have the riches like the people of Mathura, but that's not primary, जो भी हमारे पास है, it's not a question of money or gift that's given, it's the attitude which matters. So nana upayana panaya. Everyone brought their own respective gifts in their hands to share with her. So nana upayana panaya nandadaya. Everyone, Nanda ji bhi, Yashoda Mata, then Sunanda, Nanda का उपनंद कहते हैं, उनके छोटे भाई, जितने भी लोग थे, all of them they came anuragena, with so much anuraga, prema, giving all those gifts to Uddhavji. Pravochan, they spoke ashrulochana. Every one of them have those tears again second time. When Krishna Bhagavan left Vrindavan, what amount of that gloominess, glani, dukkha they felt, same they had even now also. But this is the way life is. That is why Advaita Jnana background में है, तभी जाकर every love of every gradation or degree we can fully enjoy without getting emotional. Gurudev's words are very important. Emotionalism is a scar. Emotions are ornaments to a wise person. So, pravochan ashrulochanaha. With the tears in eyes, every one of them spoke. So some of those words are given here. Especially नंद जी ने क्या कहा, वो वाले बातें बहुत मजेदार मीठे मीठे हैं. ये आज भी हम देखेंगे जरूर, जानबूझकर मैं कल भी थोड़ा रिपीट करूंगा कि क्या हुआ कि what they ask for. The 66th shloka of 47th chapter again is worthy of remembering. If not the shloka, at least the theme of it. Only this much today I will see. They say, Manasaha Vruttayaha Naha Syuhu Krishna Pada Ambuja Ashrayaha. The thoughts of ours, mind, हमारे मन के वृत्तियां, मनसः वृत्तयः नः नः मनसः वृत्तयः स्युः. May our thoughts of our mind be always Krishna Padambuja Ashrayaha, have the support of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. अब देखो कौन जान सकता है ना? कोई जाने न जाननिहारा. There's a good bhajan is there, है ना? कौन जान सकता है इन बातों को कि जैसे all the thoughts of our mind be focused only at the feet of Krishna. क्या प्यूरिटी होगा, कितने जन्म जन्म के साधना से वो इतने परिपक्व जीव होंगे कि भगवान कृष्ण खुद वहां आकर उनके साथ इतने साल बितावे और वो देखो उनका भक्ति. The same thing was asked by Kunti Mata also in the first skanda, if you remember. She says, like the mother Ganges is gurglingly running without stop, going only to achieve one goal called as merging in that ocean. Oh Lord, may all the vrittis of my mind also run and reach only you. I don't remember which is that chapter, but then that is one of the very excellent mantra said by our who is she? Um, Kunti Mata in her prarthanas. We'll just see if it comes somewhere also. Narayana. If I can remember it, if I can see it. Ah, जब याद आया तो देख ही लेते हैं 2 मिनट भजन लगाओ why do you worry about it before that yes I will see it definitely I'll get it wait and give me that 1 minute नारायण हाँ त्वयि मे अनन्य विषयामति मधुपते असकृतो विषयामतिर्मधुपते त्वयि मे अनन्य विषया मतिर्मधुपते सकृतो रतिमुद्वाता अद्धा गंगेव उघमुदन्वति every moment the flow of thoughts of my mind be going only to your feet with all the delight and devotion and joy and surrender just like Ganga is going and pouring herself gallons, millions of gallons into that ocean. Here also, all these Gokula Vasins, all these Vrindavana Vasins are saying, may our thoughts of our mind be only towards Krishna. क्या शुद्धता है देखो. Can we ask that type of devotion? We only say, भगवान जो भी आ जाओ, जो मांगते देते रहना, be a watchman and protect us, be a, what is that? Call it the porter or courier and go on getting us whatever we want, even don't ask money. These type of low type of desires we have. But उनका तो very clear है, our mind should be in devotion at the feet of the Lord every moment. Not only that, then vacho abhidayini namnam. Let our speech be always taking your name. Exactly same thing we are going to study again after 20 minutes, half an hour, when Sugriv does prayer to Rama. अब देखो 2-3 बार हमको एक ही टॉपिक, सुबह भी वही है, कल से तस्य वाचक प्रणवः तज्जपस्तदर्थ भावनम, and already we have seen Ishvara Pranidhana Adva. That means one, if you are little aware, through all these texts, we are inspired and reminded by the Lord to focus our minds more and more in towards Him through devotion as well as through Jnana Marga. Encash करना है उसको. Remember, कृपा ऐसा ही होता है. Krupa doesn't come in a like a big rains or hailstorms or thunders. It comes, that will come the later, last moment of experience. But in general, throughout life, in the form of these examples or these explanations or these opportunities or these guidances, these way the Krupa comes. We should be able to encash that. Again, a railway station, train आती है, कू करती है, you have the ticket, you sit it and go. अब आपने आवाज ही नहीं सुनी, गप्पे मार ही रहे हो और ट्रेन चला गया, तो you are at fault. So grace is like train comes. You have to know that train is yours, you have to sit. So too, as a morning class, afternoon class, evening class, again and again if you are reminded, then it is Bhagavan's Adesha Upadesh to us that increase our quota of Bhagavan's remembrance by all means. Jnana Bhakti, कोई भी मार्ग हो. अब तो आप सब समझ चुके हो, इतने दिनों से हम पाठ कर ही जा रहे हैं. So let our thoughts of the mind be at your feet. Let our speech be taking always your name. Second one, vachaha vidhayinir namnam kayaha tat prahavanadishu. May our body be there always in serving you physically. Manasaha, उसके बाद कहते हैं, this next shloka is the punchline. I love this one. As we quoted yesterday, day before also, karma bhir brahmyamananam. When we are going, wandering from one place to the other because of karmas and karma phala, yatra kapi, wherever we are placed, Ishwarechaya, by Ishwara's krupa, Mangalacharitair danai, if at all by any means we do some Mangala karma or we may do some of the dana ityadi, Ratirnah Krishna Ishware, let all that punya be encashed for our Krishna devotion in Krishna, who is the Ishvara. मतलब क्या है, जानबूझकर या अनजाने में हमारे कोई भी पुण्य भी हो, उसका फल हम एक ही चीज मांगते हैं, none of the worldly things, devotion at the feet of Krishna. Remember, it is no more a stage of sentiments or emotions or somebody's external motivation or obligation. No, no, no. They have recognized, like when somebody goes on telling you to eat an object, you are only in a doubt, इसने बार क्यों बोल रहा है मेरे को करके. अब just to oblige them or your own interest, you have taken and eaten it, the mano, and it found to be the best of the taste. Does anybody require further to tell you? इतने बार आपके घर जाते हो लोग, ये ले लो बोलते हैं, आप मना करते हो, जबरदस्ती करते हो, खा लेते हो, फिर आप भी कुछ कहते हो, मैं शर्म छोड़ दिया अभी, पहली बार क्या बार बार, अब दे दो और भी पूरा डब्बा दे दो, बिकॉज इट्स सो टेस्टी. In the same way, these Gopika, these Vrindavan Vasis, in this so many years, they have tasted equal to Brahmananda, the Krishnananda. How can they ask anything else? Therefore, it at all any punya we have done, dana we have done, we don't know, we may or may able to do. अगर हो गया, अगर उसका हिसाब किताब होता है, एंड वी मे बी आस्क्ड व्हाट टू गिव, और देयर मे बी बुक्स रिटन, इस पुण्य का ये स्वर्ग है, उस पुण्य का वो स्वर्ग है, प्लीज हेल्प मी, हेल्प अस, वी वांट नन ऑफ देम, we want only rati devotion at the feet of the Lord. Now, how important are these topics? How much empowered we are if we are regularly listening to our shastras? Is it not? Otherwise, we would have missed all these things. There's so many worldly people around them only. Such great satsangs go on happening, but they don't listen. Unfortunate they are. What else you can talk about? But we are lucky that coming. Let us not become victim to our mind, which tries to distract us for any other reason. So go on empowering through the Shastra in that inspiration for becoming a devotee. और ये सुनकर एक दिन हृदय में हमको वो परिवर्तन आना चाहिए कि हमें भी साधक बनना है. विद दैट कमिटमेंट एंड डिवोशन और डेडिकेशन, little by little, practically we start doing sadhana. Maybe in 10, 20, 30 lives, whatever the Lord wants, we also become paripakva. Where either in Jnana Marga, we have transcended even Anandamaya Kosha, or in Brahmananda, or in Bhakti Marga, totally surrender to Krishna Tattva. वह उसका आनंद ही अलग होता है. So let us see the remaining shlokas tomorrow. Then we will see how Bhagavan Krishna asked Uddhavji so lovingly, again please go to Delhi. And these people right from the childhood are suffering so much because of Dhritarashtra and his children. I am so much concerned for them. Please go and tell I am there for them and get their samachar. Bhagavan Krishna's kindness for all his bhaktas. So these are the topics. Let's see tomorrow. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnasa Purnamada Purnamevashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama. Shri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Shri Suta Sharanam Mama. Shri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama. Shri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. श्री नारद शरणं मम. श्री कुमार शरणं मम. श्री ब्रह्मा शरणं मम. श्री विष्णु शरणं मम. श्री परब्रह्म शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण शरणं मम. शरणं मम. शरणं मम. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारे. हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव. ओम मुखं करोति वाचालं भंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं. स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुंठे नास्ति अयं रसः. अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चतकरेजितो. ओं नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओं योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्सुधाम्ना. अन्यान् शास्त्रचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं. श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादश स्कन्धः. आभासश्च निरोधश्च यतश्चाध्यवसीयते स आश्रय परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते. अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः. Friends, after delightfully reveling in that chapter 3, in which what is to be known and done is thoroughly we are taught by Shukadevji through the medium of Parikshitji. Now, as the formality, the text has to be completed, the Guru will have to go, the disciple also will have to merge in the Tattva, where we continue studying. Otherwise, जो करने के लिए जो जानना चाहिए वो हमको बता चुके हैं, हमको सिर्फ उसको करना है. Clear? Now the question of Parikshit earlier was, please tell us about the pralayas also which happen. So you tell, the three questions asked by Parikshit was, tell how to come out of the clutches and problems of the ferocious Kali Yuga with all its negativities. That was the question one. Second one was, tell about the Kala Parimana, the measurement of the time. Okay. Third question is what? Tell about the pralaya, how the dissolution happens. Now, these are such a good topics, I tell you. When these are understood again and again, sunkar padkar na, then that obvious thing called as pralaya, we start accepting. The moment we accept that dissolution of the grossness into the subtleness, all the problems which are born only because of the gross, they all go away. Because gross can never remain permanently. It will have to go back to its cause called as subtle. The non-acceptance of that alone and trying to make the gross remain permanently, which is not at all happening, is the cause of dukkha. That's called as samsara. ये एक बार हमने इस सृष्टि स्थिति के साथ साथ प्रलय को भी बार बार सुन समझ लेते हैं ना, फिर दिल जो है इस बात को स्वीकार करने लगता है. इज ओनली क्वेश्चन ऑफ नॉन एक्सेप्टेंस दैट वी आर सफरिंग. द मोमेंट वी एक्सेप्ट द इनेविटेबल्स, देयर इज नो मोर सफरिंग. So here the huge thing, the entire Brahmanda only going into Pralaya. Are Baba, what to talk about you and me? And mind you, again to be born. कहीं भी नहीं जाते हैं जब तक आत्मज्ञान मुक्ति नहीं होता. यू विल बी ओनली इन द बीज रूप. फिर से ब्रह्मा जी उठ बोलेंगे तो उनके साथ हम भी वैसे फुटक भर के आ जाएंगे. थिंक अबाउट दीज थिंग्स अगेन एंड अगेन. Is it not? And depend on your own punya, as we are studying in the morning class. Apne vidya, there's upasana, apne punya karma. If you depend on that for the sukha, not on things and beings. If you depend on the things and beings, imagining that they are the givers of sukha, we get caught up in raga dvesha, which is absolutely wrong. So two things. My sukha depends on my own punya, my own upasana. Okay. Second thing is what? Inevitability of dissolving the gross into the subtle. ये दोनों अगर आप एक्सेप्ट करोगे ना, हमारे मन का जीवन का जो होनी है, जो इनएविटेबिलिटी है, उसके कारण जो दुखी होना वो कम हो जाएगा. सो द प्रलय टॉपिक इज वेरी वेरी हेल्पफुल इन आवर स्क्रिप्चरल नॉलेज. उसका भी हमको ज्ञात होना चाहिए. एंड द वन हु प्रिपेयर्स फॉर बोथ ऑफ देम, द अराइवल एज वेल एज डिपार्चर, एंड एक्सेप्ट्स इट. एंड इन बिटवीन क्या है, वी आर प्लेइंग द प्ले. लेट अस हेल्प अदर्स आल्सो इन ग्रोइंग देयर स्पिरिचुअली. वी आल्सो टेक द हेल्प ऑफ देम एंड ग्रो. And say thank you and express all your love to them as long as you are. And if you are a person of love, as we shared 7-8 days back, wherever you are placed, you express your love. The one who enjoys giving love, giving service, he will not be attached anywhere. Wherever he goes, he can give happiness to others through his own loving them. He can also remain in that bliss and happiness. Okay. Now let us chant some 20 slokas again of this 4th chapter also, in which 1 or 2 pralayas are told. We studied 22वां श्लोक तक पढ़कर पूरा एक बार हम देखेंगे. थोड़ा डरावना होगा ये. आप डरोगे क्यों? नहीं डरना. प्रलय के बाद जब होती है ना, थोड़ा सा डरावना होता. लेट अस ट्राई. ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराणं 12 स्कंदः अथ 4थोऽध्यायः. श्री शुक उवाच. up to लय प्राकृतिक 22वां श्लोक. लेट अस स्टडी. श्री शुक उवाच. कालस्ते परमाण्वादिर् द्विपरार्धावधिर्नृप कथितो युगमानञ्च शृणु कल्पलयावपि चतुर्युगसहस्रं च ब्रह्मणो दिनमुच्यते सकल्पो यत्र मनवः चतुर्दश विशाम्पते तदन्ते प्रलयस्तावान् ब्राह्मी रात्रिरुदाहृता त्रयो लोका इमे तत्र कल्पन्ते प्रलयाय हि एष नैमित्तिकः प्रोक्तः प्रलयो यत्र विश्वसृट् शेतेनन्तासनो विश्वम् आत्मसात्कृत्य चात्मभूः द्विपरार्धे तु अतिक्रान्ते ब्रह्मणः परमेष्टिनः तदा प्रकृतयः सप्त कल्पन्ते प्रलयाय वै एषः प्राकृतिको राजन् प्रलयो यत्र लीयते अंडकोशस्तु संघातः विघातोपसादिते पर्जन्यः शतवर्षाणि भूमौ राजन्न वर्षति तदा निरन्ये हि अन्योन्यं भक्ष्यमाणाः क्षुधार्दिताः क्षयं यास्यन्ति शनकैः कालेनोपद्रुताः प्रजाः सामुद्रं दैहिकं भौमं रसं सांवर्तको रविः रश्मिभिः पिबते घोरैः सर्वं नैव विमुञ्चति ततः संवर्तको वह्निः सङ्कर्षणमुखोत्थितः दहत्यनिलवेगोत्थः शून्यान् भूविवरानथ उपर्यदः समन्ताच्च शिखाभिर्वह्निसूर्ययोः दह्यमानं विभात्यण्डं दग्धगोमयपिण्डवतो ततः प्रवणः वर्षाणाम् अधिकं शतं परः सांवर्तको वाति धूम्रं कं रजसावृतं ततो मेघकुलानि अङ्गा चित्रवर्णान्यनेकशः शतं वर्षाणि वर्षन्ते नन्दन्ति रभसस्वनैः तत एकोदकं विश्वं ब्रह्माण्डविवरान्तरं तदा भूमेर्गन्धगुणं ग्रसन्त्यापौदप्लवे ग्रस्तगन्धा तु पृथिवी प्रलयत्वाय कल्पते अवाम्रसम् अथो तेजः तालीयन्तेऽथ नीरसाः ग्रसते तेजसो रूपं वायुस्तद्रहितं तदा लीयते चानिले तेजः वायोः खं ग्रसते गुणं स वै विशति खं राजन् ततश्च नभसो गुणं शब्दं ग्रसति भूतादिर्नभस्तमनुलीयते तैजश्चेन्द्रियाण्यङ्गा देवान् वैकारिको गुणैः महान् ग्रहसत्यहङ्कारं गुणाः सत्त्वादयश्चतं ग्रसते व्याकृतं राजन् गुणान् कालेन चोदितं न तस्य कालावयवैः परिणामादयो गुणाः अनाद्यनन्दमव्यक्तं नित्यं कारणमव्ययं न यत्र वाचो न मनो न सत्त्वं तमो रजो वा महदादयोमि न प्राणबुद्धीन्द्रियदेवता वा न सन्निवेशः खलु लोककल्पः न स्वप्न जाग्रत् न च तत् सुषुप्तं न खं जलं भूरनिलोऽग्निरर्कः संसुप्तवच्छून्यवदप्रतर्क्यं तन्मूलभूतं पदमामनन्दे लयः प्राकृतिको हि एषः पुरुषा व्यक्तयोर्यदा शक्तयः सम्प्रलीयन्ते विवशाः कालविद्रुताः ॐ शान्तिः 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 Oh my dear friends, whoever are listening these talks, online or offline, please one request, humble request. What is that? Keep the book with you. Have the book with you and do parayana along with me. Enjoy the chant. Am I giving a wrong advice? Is a bitter advice, is it? Or is it an advice to trouble you? No, it's only love. Not even one of our audience or any of the Sanatan Dharmis be without chanting Bhagavatadi Purana, Gitadi, Srimurti Grantha, Upanishad mantras. This is my special request to you all. Keep the book. Buy the book. I'll give you money if you want. But you must chant it. That the joy of chanting our own Shastras, the mantras, is so beautiful and it goes a long way in the purification of the heart. Mantrocharana say, like we saw in that class, Kalau Keshava Kirtanat in Bhagavatam, in the yesterday day before class, one of the Kirtana is doing the parayana of this, all these Shastras. Kai could artho? And remain like that only throughout. There are some people, they say, we can't chant Bhagavat. When did they say? 20 साल पहले. Now you go and tell them, भैया भगवत स्वामी जी मैंने 20 साल पहले कहा ना आई कांट चांट. मीन्स व्हाट? 20 साल से अब तक वो लोग एक ही चीज को पकड़े कि आई कांट चांट. नॉट इवन वंस दे थॉट व्हाई कांट लेट मी ट्राई. These are the small little looking big mistakes we do in our life. And those few people to whom it clicked because of their humbleness and devotion, with a few months of chanting, they become so familiar with the bhasha that the Lord starts revealing the meanings which they require when they study or chant these mantras. Otherwise, you don't have to depend on the speaker, somebody. And all their explanation depends on how much they understood or not. But I believe, I tell you, with my own experience, originally, if you are able to chant the mantras, from within only the Lord starts giving the best meaning to us. Like in Gita, Swaswanukula Bhavartha Shovidaya Namaha, Nityanodana Bhavartha Namaha. Is it not? We should get from the Shastras that meaning which helps us in our evolution. That capacity is there in the Shastra, but then we have to know that meaning that happens. One of the practices is this one, doing chanting every day. And those who are doing, I really congratulate them. I appreciate them. and those are not doing, even after repeatedly saying, then what to do? I will not say anything. I will only do my work here. So let us see one by one. अथ चतुर्थोध्याय 12 स्कंद 4th चैप्टर आउट ऑफ 13. अब 7 और 8 9 भी हो जाएंगे, फिर ये भागवत हो जाएगा. Some other text. Now in this 4th chapter, 4 pralayas are talked about. Also some subtle tattvika vishayas, some sadhanas also. Let's begin. Sri Shukavacha. Shukadevji is telling. What is that? Kalaha, time te to you. Paramanu adi diparardha vadihi. From the Paramanu case say, means at the very minutest place, an object slowly emerges in the space. Space emerges in the time. So at a micro level, time and space are same. So that's why Paramanu is said as a Kala here. So Paramanu se lekar Diparardha is one full time of one Brahmadeva. His 100 years is called as Diparardha. Okay, 50 years. So this is no Adya Brahmana Dvitiya Parardhe Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvamandare Kalyuge Pradime Pade Jambudvipe Bharata Varshe Bharatagande Meroho Dakshine Digbhage Sri Shailasya Uttara Pradeshe Krishna Godavaryor Madhya Pradeshe Asmin Sthane Deshe Prabhavadi Shashti Samvatsarana Madhye Shobhakrutnama Samvatsare. This whole thing we talk about the Uttarayane, then Vasantarotau, Chaitramase, Shukla Pakshe, Prathamyam Shubhatitau. We talk about all that, So up to Parardha. Here Shukadevji is saying कि परमाणु से लेकर परार्ध तक का मैंने आपको टाइम के बारे में बता दिया. It has come already in the 5th skanda. ते परमाणु आदि द्विपरार्ध अवधि कालः हे नृप कथितः. Yugamanam cha. I told you Yugamanam also. Each of the Yuga, how lengthy it is. But what is left to be told to you? Shrunu kalpalayo api. Also listen about how the laya of the created Sushti happens. Laya or Pralaya, uska bhi aap suno. Hey my dear Parikshit. As I just now said, be ready to listen. Even the dissolutions also. Now he says, Chaturyuga Sahasram cha Brahmana Dinam Uchyate. Yesterday we saw one Kali Yuga. Then after that comes Dwapara Yuga. Then comes Treta Yuga. Then again Satya Yuga. Then the Kali. अब तो रिवर्स में भी कहते हैं सत्य युग हो गया, त्रेता हो गया, द्वापर हो गया, अब कली आ रहा है, कली चल रहा है, कली खत्म होएगा, अगेन द सत्य युग will come. So these 4 yugas together is called one Chaturyuga. Clear? 1000 such Chaturyugas are equal to one day time of Brahmadeva, the creator. Okay, one that 1000 Chaturyugas mein one day of Brahma, the whole world is ruled by 14 manus into each one into 72 and point little Chaturyugas. So 1 manu 72 point so and so Chaturyugas, he will be ruling the Brahmanda. Like that 14 manus will do. That becomes one day of Brahma in which 1000 times the Chaturyugas come and go. That is the meaning of this first mantra. Chaturyuga sahasram cha brahmana dinamuchyate saha kalpaha. This is called as kalpa. Okay, what is kalpa? One day of Brahmadeva. Kalpa ka samay kya hua? That one day of the Brahmadeva. Then Diparardha means what? What is it above? Okay, Diparardha means complete 100 years of Brahmadeva. Chaturyuga 1000 one day is called kalpa. Sa kalpa yatra manavaha chaturdasha vishambate. Oh dear Parikshit Raja, in that 14 manus rule the globe at that time or Brahmanda. Okay, tadante. In that way, the ruling of 14 manus is over, and one daytime of Brahma is over, and 1000 times Chaturyugas are also over. That is called tadante. At the end of all that, tavan brahmi ratrihi. To the same amount of 1000 Chaturyuga kala, Brahmadev ji ka ratri ka samay hota hai. Brahmi ratri udaharata. Clear? Then he says here, Trayo lokaha ime. At the time of the Brahma going into sleep, these 3 lokas, Bhuloka, Antariksha and Swargaloka, Kalpante Pralayaya hi. They go into the Pralaya. They go into their own Bija Avastha, total dissolution. This thing where because Brahmadeva goes into sleep, all the three lokas go into pralaya bijavastha. This particular pralaya is called as naimittika pralaya. सो ब्रह्मदेव का एक दिन होने के बाद रात को जब सोने जाते हैं उसको नैमित्तिक प्रलय बोलते हैं। ब्रह्मदेव के एक दिन में 1000 चतुर्युग होते हैं, उसमें 14 मनु लोग पूरा उसको रूल करते हैं। सो दिस इज हाउ इफ सुखदेव जी सेइंग ही मस्ट बी महायोगी विजुअलाइजिंग एंटायर कॉस्मॉस from its time and space standpoint as well as the ईश्वरा and his लीला and creation, the मनु सारा उनके हृदय में उनके अवगाहन में समझदारी में होगा तभी जाकर वो बता रहे। And these are all highly mystic things, as we said on our back. Only a Mahayoga sthiti mein hai, so we can able to understand. So this much we understood. This is called Naimittika Pranaya. One day after the day, night when Brahmadevji goes to sleep, for that particular 12 hours or whatever, the Chaturyuga हजार पर्यंतम उतना ही समय वो नींद में आते हैं, therefore the Naimittika Pranaya is for that long period. At that time, all these three lokas merge in him. Okay? येष नैमित्तिक प्रोक्तः प्रलयः. At that time, यत्र विश्वसृट् मतलब ब्रह्मदेव शेते, and not only he, अनंतासनः also शेते, that Narayana also. Vishwam atmasatkrutya cha atmabhuhu. So the whole created world is dissolved into Brahmadeva. Brahma is living. Vishnu Bhagavan also is living because only when Brahma creates in the created world at the time of sthiti, the Vishnu Bhagavan has some work to do. Like ना जो घर के जो सर्वेंट्स घर में ही रहने वाले सर्वेंट्स है मानो, सारे घर के लिए जो सो गए उनको क्या काम करना होता, वो भी सो जाते. But again then they wake up and these people have work. So to create a Brahma himself is left. There is nothing to maintain, because everything gone to Pralaya. Vishnu Bhagavan भी आराम से सोते. हो गया. Then second thing now, Prakruta Pralaya is being explained now from the 5th mantra onwards. What it is? Diparardhe tu atikrante. In this way, when Brahmadeva's 250s is equal to 100 years of living is over, so Brahma's Ayurdhayam is 100 years. Every year has got 365 days. Every day has 1000 चतुर्युगास. आप कैलकुलेट करो अपने कैलकुलेटर से, मेरे को क्यों पूछते हो? उतना जब हो जाता है, ब्रह्मदेव आल्सो विल हैव टू रिटायर. एट दैट टाइम क्या होता है? द्विपरार्धे तो अतिक्रांते ब्रह्मणः परमेष्टिनः. ब्रह्मदेव का द्विपरार्ध जब खत्म हो जाता है, तदा प्रकृतयः सप्त कल्पन्ते प्रलयाय वै. These 7 prakritis. Okay, what are they? Panchamahabhutas. Then where have they come from? Our Telugu people know it. They studied in Mundakopanishad. They come from Antakarana. Where from the Antakarana comes from? Mahatattva. Therefore, Panchamahabhutas 5 हो गए, अंतःकरण 1 हो गया, 6 हो गए, महातत्व के 7. 7 हो गए ना. ये 7 भी प्रकृति कहते हैं. From where the entire world has got manifested. Into that Bhagavan enters and enlivens them. That is Pravesha Shruti again. Tomorrow we are going to see, or day after never, Taittiriya Upanishad. Anyway, in this way Brahmadev's 100 years are over, Divarartha is over, any lad to disappear or duty से उतर जाएंगे. और समय सातों प्रकृतियां जिनसे विश्व ब्रह्मांड बना वो सारे अव्यक्त में लय होते हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रकृति का अव्यक्त में लय होने के कारण इसको प्राकृतिक लय कहते हैं. ऐसा प्राकृतिक लय. एंड तदा प्रकृतयः सप्तः कल्पन्ते प्रलयाय वै एषः प्राकृतिकः राजन् प्रलयः. देन यत्र लीयते अंडकोशः तु संघातः विघातो प्रजायते. So all the Brahmanda, which was the expression of the assemblage of all these tanmatras, etc., they get dissolved, and then the Brahmanda itself also gets dissolved and goes back into its Mula Prakriti. Along with that, how this Pralaya happens, how terrible heat of the sun, then that Agni of the Ananta Deva, then Prachanda Vayu for 100 years, then 100 years Bhayankara rain, and the whole globe is merged in the waters. And how the Prithvi into water, water into Agni, Agni into Vayu, Vayu into the Akasha, Akasha into the Antakarana, that into Mahatattva, how that goes into Mula Prakriti. All this is given in the next 15 shlokas. So this Prakritika Pralaya and then Nitya and Naimittika Pralayas, we will see. Nitya and Atyantika. Tomorrow we'll study. Sarvam Krishna Arpanamom Purnamadaha Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachita Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevava Shishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवदेवदेवनो प्रचोदयात् प्राणायापान व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महविर् ब्रह्माग्नो ब्रह्मैवदेनं चतुर्विधं स्वादो नैवेद्यमृतगीतां शाल्यन्नं पायसादिनि नित्यान्तं नीलमेघश्यामकृष्णत्यगन्मोहनकृष्ण गोपालकृष्ण भव्यमङ्गलं वेणुगानलोलकृष्ण सारी वेदांत कृष्ण भक्तजनाधार कृष्ण दयावाद मुक्तिनंदाय कृष्ण गीतामृत परमयोगीश. ओम बोल श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण शास्त्र की जय. बोल श्री वेदव्यास सुखदेव सूतादि भागवताचार्य की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तन गोविंदा गोविंद. जानकी जीवन स्मरण जय राम राम. आज के आनंद की जय. बोलो भाई समस्त श्रोता भक्त साधक सेवक जिज्ञासु उपासक गण की जय. Thank you, friends. Give 3 minutes time, not more, to come back and let us do for some time our Adhyatma Ramayana also. Gopal